Hey guys, it's Christina. Welcome back to my channel. So I've been getting a lot of people's questions about my polyp video that I did like in 2014, and I actually did two videos. I did one on this main channel, which I talked about the surgery, everything that went down, and then I did a vlog on my second channel, which I will link both of those down below if you didn't catch them. Which the vlog I actually did a follow me around, come with me to the hospital, all of that, and then the entire month following up. And then I think I did a follow-up video a few months later just to update you guys, tell you how I was doing, which everything is fine and perfect. I've been back to the same ENT in Virginia since then a few times. He's amazing, which if you need his name, you can always DM me on Instagram. It's K3 Chocolate on there, so add me on there. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the little notification bell down there so you're always notified when I post a new video. But yeah, it's been such a long time, and a lot of people actually leave me questions on the video, or they DM me on Instagram. They're like, how are you doing? What's the update on the polyps? You know, did they ever grow back? Like, did you need another surgery? What kind of drugs are you taking? You know, like everything like that. So I just wanted to answer a few of those questions because I do get a lot of people, and I understand why, because I was super scared when I did the surgery as well, because you know there are complications. They can nick your optical nerve, you can go blind, they can, you know, nick the little membrane that separates your brain, and the nasal cavities, which my polyps were so bad. They were in all four ventricles, so it was very severe, like to the point where it was blocking my passages. Like I could not breathe, I could not smell, I could not eat, like I couldn't taste any food for months. I was just miserable, which I'm still kind of mad that they couldn't diagnose me with those, with polyps earlier. I was struggling my entire life until I was 24, and then they finally figured out, which I always had allergies anyway, but they would just give me drugs and pills and sprays. Nothing helped, of course. And then they were like, oh, by the way, why don't we do a scan? You know, so I was struggling my entire life. Then finally they realized, it came to the point where I couldn't breathe through my nose, that they finally were like, there's something in there. And then they looked, and of course, you know, I had polyps. So I had my surgery in 2014, and that was that. And you know, since then I've not had polyps. I did have checkups like once a year, and I remember one checkup he did say that, you know, he could see up there because they numb you. It's not a pleasant feeling at all, but they numb you in there, and they put like a little camera in there, they shove it all the way in there and look. And one time he did say like he saw some little polyps growing back, but that was because I wasn't doing my medication, my budesonide. So let me go grab it. So basically there are these little droplets, and you take one of these, you open it up, and you're supposed to lay upside down. This is like not a pleasant experience. This is why I hate doing it. You're supposed to do it every day, but I honestly skip it. I do it like maybe every few days, I don't know, but still, like, it's working, you know. So yeah, I just know. So you just lay upside down on your like bed with your head like hanging off the bed, and then you drop it in there so it goes all the way back to like all four ventricles, and you lay upside down like that for like 5 to 10 minutes. It's supposed to be like 3 minutes, but I think I do like 10, because sometimes if I get up it starts dribbling out. So you want it to like really go in there and like absorb, you know. So I'll just be like on Instagram or something, I'll just lay upside down and do that for 10 minutes, and that's about all I do. Like I don't get allergy symptoms like that anymore. Only thing I do get is like hives, but that has nothing to do with my nose, you know. It's just me being allergic to everything basically. But you know, like food, like wheat, like pollen, stuff like that. So yeah, that's that. I'm still allergic, and I did do allergy shots. I did a year, and then I stopped, and then I did 5 years, or like 4. So yeah, so that did definitely help, but like they only gave me 2 serums, I think 3 allergens each, so 6 allergens out of like so many that I'm allergic to. So they only took the top 6, so I'm still allergic to like everything else, by the way, basically. But since I moved to California, it's definitely been a lot easier. Like there's not as many allergens here in Virginia. Florida, when I lived those 2 places, it was really bad. So here it's not that bad, but California does have drier weather, so I feel like I get just sinus infections all the time. Like I don't know what it is with the dry weather, but I get them literally every 2-3 months here. So I have to take antibiotics all the time, and I can always tell when I have it because I start getting the smell, which I talked about in one of my vlogs from the polyp surgery video. Like right after the polyp surgery, I had this like smell that was there, and I didn't know what it was, and like nobody else around me could smell it, and I was like, do you smell that? And they were like, no. And come to find out, I had 2 different bacteria in there, like 2 infections, so, which, you know, is all open, bleeding still after the surgery, so it's very easy to get infected. But I had E. coli and I had staph. So I don't know which one of those made the smell, maybe both of them, but I remember the smell so vividly that now if I get that again, I can like right away tell that's, you know, that I have an infection. So I just go straight to the doctor, because you don't really feel like, it doesn't feel like a cold, like you don't feel sick. You just get this like, you know, post-nasal drip, you get runny nose, all of that, and then the smell. So now I just go to the doctor right away here, and I'm like, listen, I have another infection. Like, you don't even need to test it. Like, when they told me those 2 infections were the ones I had, it's because they did a swab here. Like, I'm like, you know, I don't even need to wait for the swab or pay for it. Just give me the antibiotics. Like, I already know. So that's the only things that are like bothering me. Other than that, like, I'm so glad I got the surgery. I feel so much better. Everything is great. Which, by the way, my top is from my website. If you're wondering, it's like a little drapey top, backless, so it's perfect for like going out. So this is the gold one, and I also have rose gold and silver on my website, so definitely check it out. It's KristinaUrribarres.com. I will link it below. You can shop on there, and I do have a discount code as well, so I will link all of that for you guys. So now I'm just gonna go to my 2 videos and look at some of these questions, because I understand it's so scary. Like, the people that write me, you know, they're just asking advice. They're like, are you glad you did the surgery? I'm about to do it. I'm so scared. And that's exactly how I felt. So I feel you guys. Like, it was definitely scary, but mine was so bad that it was like literally I could not breathe. So it's like, what am I gonna go the rest of my life like this? Like, no. So like, I had to do it, but definitely go to a good surgeon. Somebody said, thanks for all this information. Going in for surgery in about a week, and this was helpful. Like, oh, stuff like that I love seeing. Somebody said, was it supposed to bleed that much? It kind of seems like you lost a lot of blood. Well, I mean, like I said, my polyps were in all 4 ventricles. So I mean, if you think about it, that's how much they're cutting away, you know. That's a lot of surface. So yeah, of course I was bleeding a lot. So yeah, I remember I bled for a month whenever I did the rinses. Somebody said, did you get the surgery just in 2014, or did you get another one since? No. Thankfully, I did not have to do another one. I don't want to jinx it, but like, no. Somebody said, I've had surgery for polyps, and how did you do your rinses? Pretty sure I showed it in the video. I think they didn't watch the second video. That's what it is. Did your polyps come back? Have you had issues since? No. How long did you recover before going back to working out, like lifting weights and stuff? I mean, I don't remember specifically in days or anything like that, but I remember that I went back to work, which I was like waitressing and go-go dancing, and I pretty much went right away. Like, that first week I took off. I think we went on vacation to like North Carolina with my ex-boyfriend to see his family, and then after that I think I went back to work. You know, like, I didn't really work out like gym. I don't do weights, so I don't do that, but I just went back to dancing. I think I was fine. So yeah. Somebody said, how did you breathe through your mouth during recovery? Any tips? I mean, I was so used to breathing through my mouth leading up to the surgery that I don't think I had problems. Like, yeah, because you do get stuffy in there. You get like all the congealed blood, and you can't really blow your nose because you have, you know, it's still healing. You have stitches in there. But I mean, yeah, it was hard, but like, I was so used to not being able to breathe through my nose for so many months before the surgery that I don't think it was an issue for me. Can you smell right now, or you can't smell like when you used to have polyps? Again, I don't think they watched the second video, which I'm talking about the vlog, because I specifically remember filming, and right after the surgery, like the second day, like right after, I could smell, which was insane, because I read, you know, before the surgery, I was reading all of this material about it, and a lot of people said it took them weeks or maybe months to smell again, and for me, it was literally like the next day, and I was so excited. Like, as soon as I took like not the gauze, but like the thing off, I could smell, and I was like, I think I cried. I might have cried, I don't know, but I was so excited. So yeah, definitely watched both videos. I'm 25 post-op, just wondering, besides the antibiotics and the prednisone, did you go back to the allergy pills and nasal sprays? So like I said, I still do budesonide drops for the polyps not to come back, if I get a sinus infection, they put me on antibiotics, and I usually ask for like prednisone, which they give me only like 5 days of it because it helps with like, you know, everything when you're having the infection. But they don't put me on that prednisone for the inflammation to go down as far as polyps. Like I don't have polyps in it again, so I don't need it. Did I go back to allergy pills and nasal sprays? No, thank God. So I don't need those. Like I said, only time I'll ever take like, you know, Zyrtec is when I have hives, but that's separate. Has anyone noticed any facial swelling with polyps? Yes, I remember had that, and I could even see it in videos that I would contour my nose and it still was like swollen because from the inside it's like bulging, you know what I mean? And it was like not a good thing. And I remember even people leaving me comments on videos like why she talk like her nose is stuffed up, you know, she's sick, and it was the polyps. For the second time I'm here, how are you doing with your nose issues? Great. You have no scars. How did they do the surgery? What do you mean no scars? Polyps are inside. Like, of course there's probably scarring inside, I'm sure, but obviously they're not on the fucking outside. Like, who wrote this question? I swear to people, they sometimes don't even have any idea what they're talking about. Did you get bloody noses when you had the polyps? Again, when they cut them out, it's all in the vlog, I showed the blood, but no, not when I had the polyps, no. Are you still on any sort of medication or sprays? No, just budesonide. I just had my surgery yesterday. I'm having a lot of pain. What is the difference that you have to do every day? The difference that I did do after my surgery was the one to flush everything out. It was just saline solution and a bit of medication, which I have all of that in the vlog. Like, I don't remember what it was called, but like it's all in the vlog, so watch that. This is the questions from the like sit down video, not the vlog, so they obviously didn't watch it. Did you find that any diet changes helped you? I have nasal polyps and they're significantly smaller after going gluten-free and dairy-free. This is a big question. So like I said, I do get allergies sometimes when I eat certain things like wheat, gluten. I've definitely noticed that once I cut off gluten completely out of my diet, I went gluten-free last year, I just have way less digestive issues, I have less allergies, I have way less issues overall in my body, just like runny nose, like wheezing, you know, because I have asthma also, so like all of that is connected. So I would just get tested. I never got tested for food allergies when I did my like allergy shots for years, which I wish they would have tested me for food, but I can just tell from my reaction, you know, my body, how it reacts. I'm not good with gluten or wheat, so I'm sure if you're allergic to those also, or if you're sensitive, maybe you're not celiac, but if you're sensitive, then it can definitely affect your polyps, and you know, it's all like swelling, inflammation, so it affects your entire body. I'm sure it affects your nose and your polyps as well, so definitely look into that. You know, for me personally, cutting off gluten is the best thing ever. So, but I can't speak for everyone, so just, you know, I would get tested, which to get tested, you have to eat everything for 2 weeks to develop the antibodies. So I haven't gotten tested because I'm like, you know, not about to sit here and eat gluten and a bunch of other shit for 2 weeks because I'm also vegetarian and blah blah blah. So it's like I just already know I'm not good with it, you know. But if you are trying to do that, make sure you eat all of it. So will the surgery change your appearance in any way? So like I said, the only thing for me was the swelling. It was right here because I had so many polyps. They're like all up in here. Like I saw the scan, you know, and it was bad. So I'm sure, but if you have little polyps, I don't think it would affect, you know, your appearance. Like obviously your skull is not gonna bulge because you have bone here, but as far as right here, it was definitely swollen for sure. But as you can see now, it looks fine. So I'm good on that. I think that's about it for the questions. I'm sure there's more questions in like my DMs on Instagram, but you know, I can't find them now. I don't know where they were, but I definitely replied people to whoever, you know, had the questions. So definitely add me. It's K3 Chocolate on Instagram, so check it out and DM me. So if you guys enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my channel. Check me out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of that is K3 Chocolate. I also stream on YouNow and Twitch, so I will link all of my stuff down below. So thanks so much for watching. Love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.